So welcome to another episode of Living the Dream, the God calling in your life. I am so excited to be here with Greg and Michelle today, and I'm so excited about your sharing. These people truly exemplify godly living, and we've come to know you through similar callings, our homeschooling and our fostering. So we attended the same homeschooling co-op for a little bit of time, and then the fostering. And Greg, really, you were one of the very first people that Sal and I talked with about fostering, and we didn't even know you that well, but you were so gracious to sit with us and share with us. And even now, your family is such a support to ours, and we're just so thankful to know you and really that our paths have crossed. So let's just start by introducing yourselves and your family.
Well, I'm Greg, and I grew up in a small town in Montana many moons ago. I just celebrated 29 again, and I'm just old, that's all there is to it. And been able to travel the world quite a bit doing youth ministry. I did that for probably close to 14 years. Just some really wonderful experiences, got to meet a lot of different people all over North America. So it was good times.
I'm Michelle. I'm a teacher and we were used to homeschool,
Right, yeah.
and also foster parent.
Yes.
And just enjoy every day that I have doing what I love to do.
Absolutely. You have 5 children.
Two.
Yes.
5 and 2 in heaven.
2 in heaven.
Yes,
Okay.
we do.
Yes.
So it's 7 total, and many foster children have been with us, so we also consider them our children.
Absolutely. Yeah. And what I love and so appreciate you is when you're living out your God calling, those things that God's called you to do, you do it so well as a family. And I think, a lot of times our callings aren't just about us as individuals, but as a family, He can call us into certain things. And you've been so obedient to follow those callings. So we talked about you, homeschooling and fostering. So with homeschooling, how did that look for your family?
Well, it was actually our eldest wanted to try school because that's where Mama was, and she wanted to go. So we went with it, although we always knew that homeschooling was something we wanted to do. We let her try that out, and after 3 days in pre-kindergarten, she said, "Okay, I'm ready to stay home." So we went with it. We wanted to ultimately be the first educators of our children, especially in the faith. That was really important to us. We wanted to give them strong roots, and we thought that the best way to do that would be to homeschool.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, and homeschooling really gave us the opportunity to, I guess on some level, sacrifice some time and space for our kids to make it known to them how much we love them, how much we are sincerely hoping for their best well-being. And a real strong desire to bring them up in a faith that really is real and makes a difference.
Right. And Greg, you stayed home and taught your family.
Mm-hmm.
Now when you look at that, how do you make that kind of decision? How did you know that was what was best for your family?
Well, that was a no-brainer because she makes more money. She's a teacher, so for me to be able to compete on some level with her ability to bring in income, I would have to work 3 jobs.
Okay.
And she can be a teacher, and she loves her job, and she does it well. She's the best teacher in her school. And hey, I got to stay home and play with kids all day. That ain't so bad.
It was so win-win, like you said, yeah. And then with fostering, like you said, you fostered over 35 children, which is incredible. And if you could maybe speak to those who are listening about, that's a calling that affects your family. It's not just about you as individuals or even as a couple, but even your children are taking some of that. So just maybe talk to people about how you decide to go ahead and do something like that. What are some of the considerations?
Well, when we were first married, we had always thought, well, if we can't have children, are we open to adoption? And we definitely said yes. And then we started thinking about the foster system and how many children out there need loving families. And it was our oldest 2 were very young at the time, 5 and 2. And we saw a bulletin announcement saying they were CAS was looking for foster parents.
Yeah.
And we kind of looked at each other and said, I think this means we're supposed to go ahead now. Although we hadn't finished. We always thought maybe after we finished our family we might get into it. But no, God had other plans, and He gave us the nudge to go ahead with it.
And you were both on board with that.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, we really prayed about this, and we talked to a lot of people. We set some real clear boundaries as to what kinds of children we would bring into our home. We targeted a specific age group, babies, because my wife loves babies.
Yeah. We wanted to keep them younger than our biological children, to give them a positive role model to follow. So we've always stayed with that.
Right. So being on board, you prayed about it. You did set some clear boundaries and talked with others, and that's how you were willing to go ahead and pursue that calling. Right.
And we're not afraid to take risks.
Okay.
And we just let it go, and we said, "Okay, God, have your way."
We weren't sure how it would turn out, but 14 years later, we're sure it was the right choice. Yeah, the right step to take.
And what's been I'm sure there's many, but the greatest rewards in living this calling as a family?
Memories.
Nice.
Yeah, even the kids will say, do you remember that time when little Billy did this and that? And we had wonderful memories of all that we've done together as a family and as a foster family.
A lot of loss. I mean, we had to say goodbye to 35 plus kids, and it breaks your heart to see them go because they're a part of you. But at the same time, loss is life. You can't live without losing. And so we've decided to embrace it and make it a part of who we are. And you just keep stepping forward and stepping up.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much, Greg and Michelle, for sharing with us. And we're hoping that others are encouraged by the sharing to pursue those God callings in their life as a family. Thank you so much.
Thanks.